I always wondered if it would be possible if I could create the perfect Pokemon team. And now I know I can, oddly enough. But yeah, just so you know, I won't be uploading for the next few days because my parents are going to be gone on a trip and I can't upload without them, and I need the equipment in my room and I'm not going to be there. So yeah, I always wondered if I could create the perfect Pokemon team. Yay. Hi, I'm Pop News Kid, back again for another video. And as it said in the intro, I wondered if there was a way to create the perfect Pokemon team. And after constant drafts and edits and blah, 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 took me a very long time. I think I have finally, and I think I have figured out the way to create the perfect Pokemon team. I think it'd be pretty simple. Like, couldn't you, if you can have 6 Pokemon on a team, couldn't you just take 6 dual types and put them all, and that are all different type, and fit them into one? First of all, that has some flaws. If there was a team with every type, it would have every strength but every weakness. But at the same time, there are 18 types, not 12. So there's some problems there. You can't fit any types, which means you can't get every coverage, which means I have found out a much simpler answer. And that answer is, I don't know, not using dual types, or not every type at all. Yeah. The rules are simple. No legendaries, because sometimes you can't get every legendary game in a game. All 6 Pokemon must be used in the team slot. We're doing this in the games, by the way, not the cards. And I must cover every Pokemon type. Pretty simple, straightforward rules. Basically, how this is going to work, though, I have 6 different circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put types on here, and that will create the perfect team. I've created a list, excuse my drawing skills, of every type, and this is the Noke type. It's technically a type that was programmed in the game. So yeah, I'm going to have to cover all 18, technically 19 of these types. Do not need to hit the camera there. So let's get started. The most obvious answer is we're gonna go with the simplest thing, fire here. I cannot draw fire. How does this work? Okay. Let's try and modify this. There we go. Pretty crappy fire. Proud of that. So we have fire for 1. And of course, its obvious counterparts, the starter, water.
Water. So we have fire, water, and what could come next? I don't know. I actually have 0 idea.
Grass. Fire, water, grass. The perfect circle, or triangle, more like. Sorry, my drawing. I am not good at drawing. I can draw Pokemon, okay? I can actually draw Hariyama pretty well. But I cannot draw the symbols for whatever reason. Okay.
So fire is going to beat grass every time, you know. Water is going to beat fire every time, you know. And grass is going to beat water every time. There we go.
We have the perfect triangle. Fire, water, and grass. My camera's shaky. So what are we going to do with these? You'll find out in a minute. And I'm finishing up. I wrote all of the weaknesses to these 3 types right here. Fire is weak to water, rock, and ground. Now we're going to need to cover water, rock, and ground. So you might be asking, what can cover water, rock, and ground? The most obvious answer is the stuff that covers all of those is actually the type fire kills, and that is grass. Grass can cover every one of these. Yay. So we've got fire's weaknesses out of the way. That's it. We got fire's weaknesses out of the way. We'll go on to water, grass, and electric. Well, grass can be covered by fire. What does electric weak against? Looked it up. It's actually only ground. Rock resists electric, but technically isn't super effective against it. So electric only has 1 weakness, like normal, which is fighting. Electric is only weak to ground, which means if we're going to cover this electric weakness on water, we have to get another type. So, yep, you guessed it. This is, what's the ground type symbol? Looking up, ground. It looks like this. There we go. So, yep. We are going to need to add a ground type, which will come with its own set of weaknesses, sadly. Yay. Okay, so yeah, now we've added ground to the mix. But first, let's focus on we have to clear these original 3 first. Okay, let's keep going at that. So this will be covered by fire and ground. Boom. Grass has a lot of weaknesses. Let me just add a whole lot of weaknesses. So let's see what can cover these. Let's just start off with most simple. Fire can get rid of bug and ice. So we'll obviously need fire for that. So it gets rid of bug and ice. Poison, we need poison. Well, poison is actually weak to ground. Trust me, I checked. It doesn't sound like it, but it actually is. Fire, what's fire weak to? Oh yeah, water. Water. That's so funny. Oh yeah, fire, ground, water. But we still haven't covered the flying type disadvantage. Which means, what's flying weak to? It's weak to rock, it's weak to ice, it's weak to electric. But guess what? Rock and ice have so many weaknesses. And flying is also weak to electric, which is only weak to ground. So that means if we added electric type, what am I doing? I'm spelling out electric. If we added an electric type, oh gosh, what is that lightning bolt? What did I try to draw? I mean, I get spelling out electric because I was thinking electric, how to spell that, but what's that lightning bolt? Oh, that lightning bolt, I cannot. No. If we added electric, then we could counter that flying type and add another one to our team. Yay! So now we have electric. And now we have cleared all of these weaknesses, which is like a lot. Okay, now let's just move on to ground. What is ground weak to? Ground is weak to grass, water, and ice, which surprisingly, fire gets grass and ice, and grass gets water. And so does electric. So technically we have 2 of those, but we'll stick with grass. we have both of water's weaknesses, so technically we're good. Electric is weak to simply ground. Which water and grass both cover. I'll just add electric up here. Boom. But now we need to figure out what that last type should be. It needs one that can, its weaknesses can be covered by these 5 types. Well, I actually have the answer. Are you ready? Because I'm not. And that type will be none other than fairy, whose weaknesses are poison and steel. And remember, I said poison gets covered by ground. Steel gets covered by fire right here. So the obvious choice would be fairy. And there you go. These 6 types cancel each other out and make it so there's no weaknesses. But we still have one more challenge. The move sets. And also if it can beat every type. We've got this like type chart thing out of the way and we've established our team. Remember how I brought this type thing along the way? Well, we have to see if it can beat every one of these. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So yeah, we'll start off with normal. I'm actually really excited. Okay, so the camera's gonna be a bit shaky. I'm gonna have to hold it for this to work. So we're gonna start with normal. So what of these covers normal? Well, actually, none of them. Normal's only weakness is fighting. So we'll have to have a fighting move on one of them, which will cover the movesets later. Next is fire, which we have a water type and a ground type. So I guess we can cross that one off. Flying, we have an electric type. So just cross that one off. Fighting, what do we have for fighting? Fairy, we have fairy. Just cross that off. Water, we have grass and electric. We have both weaknesses. Water can't touch us. Grass, what do we have for grass? We have, of course, our good old friend fire. Poison, what do we have for poison? Ground, we have ground for poison. Electric, we have ground. Ground, we have water and grass. For psychic, we'll need a bug or dark or ghost move. For rock, we have water and grass and ground. Ice, we have fire. Is that it? Yeah, fire. We'll cross that one off. For this one, we have bug. And I don't know about electric, actually. Dragon, we actually have fairy. Hahaha. Ghost. What do we have for ghost? We'll need a move for that one. Okay. For dark, we have fairy. Oh, can't cross that off. Steel, we have fire. Oh man. Okay, for fairy, what do we have for fairy? What is fairy weak to? What is fairy? Steel and poison. Such an... man. We'll need a move for that one. And question mark type doesn't have any strengths or weaknesses.
And it's also only one type has that move. And that's curse, which it was changed to a ghost type move in Generation 5. And we obviously have a fairy type on our team, so we can't play in Generation 5. So technically, this should not just be on our list. Let's go to the movesets and what Pokemon we want to use.
Unless, I guess you could have a dual type. Just find out a type that's can be just not destroyed by any of the types and has coverage. Whoops. Didn't mean to word it like that. So, what Pokemon did I use? Obviously, I can't use any legendaries. But what did I use? Well, friend, I used, for fire, I used Arcanine. For electric, I used Electros. For fairy, I used Florges. For ground, what did I use for ground? I think Hippowdon. I can't say that name. Hippowdon. 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 And the evolved form of Hippopotamus. That's what it is. I can't word its evolution. Sorry. For grass, I think I picked Tangrowth, I want to say. But I'm not sure. For water, what did I pick for water? I think I picked Starmie. So, that's my team. Obviously, we can easily get a fighting move on at least one of these. I believe Electros can learn close combat. Hippowdon. Hippowdon. Not Hippowdon. 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 Hippopotamus evolution can probably learn a fighting move. I bet even Arcanine can learn one too. So I think we're good for fighting. We need coverage for normal. What else do we need? We need a dark move, which I think Arcanine can learn bite. So we're good with that. We also can get a bug move. So we can put probably like X's on Tangrowth or something. I don't know. For Ghost. Ghost is weak to Dark and Ghost. And it's also my favorite type if you didn't see the last video. Again, we can use a Dark move to get rid of that. And Fairy. What is Fairy weak to? Poison and Seal. I bet one of these could probably learn one of those moves. But I'm actually not sure. That one I'm going to have to do some research on. I know one of them can learn Toxic, but it needs, at least one of them can learn Toxic. You know what, I bet the grass one can learn a poison move most likely. Yeah, we're good for now. We don't need to do the moves. I've already spent too much time on this. Yeah, I've been planning this for like a month. Leave a like because I'm lonely. And that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked the video, please like the video. And if you like commenting, then comment. Sorry. What? And if you like subscribing on other random people's channels, do it to mine too. And if you like subscribing because you like my content, do it too. If you just like subscribing and clicking buttons like me, do that too, I guess. But don't click the dislike button. That's unsatisfactory. And don't write hate comments. Those hurt people's feelings. I just watched Wreck-It Ralph 2. When Ralph reads all the hate comments, those hurt his feelings. So I get hate comments. Also, I can't think of what else to say. Signing off for now. Pop News Kid Davis, Pop News Kid, Pokemon Nerd Master, got a level 100 Magikarp because he doesn't have anything else with this time to do. Signing off. Magikarp's name is Perfection, by the way. Who else agrees I should go to an Alvin the Chipmunks movie audition for that and only scream Hippowdon into the microphone? I'd totally make it. And I wasn't kidding about the Magikarp thing. That's 100% real.